All right, Adam and Eve on chapter 63. Things are getting interesting. Finding out there's more than just Adam and Eve. By obvious clues. And Adam's trying to demand God permission to marry Eve. See how this goes. Then God considered the words of Adam that they were true, and that he could not wait long for his order, respecting the counsel of Satan. And God approved Adam in what he had thought concerning this, and in the prayer he had offered in his presence. And the word of God came to Adam and said to him, O Adam, if you have if you had this caution at first before you came out of the garden into this land. After that God sent his angels his angel who had brought gold, and the angel who had brought incense, and the angel who brought myrrh to Adam, that they should inform him respecting his marriage to Eve. Then those angels said to Adam, take the gold and give it to Eve as a wedding gift, and promise to marry her. Then give her some incense and myrrh as a present, and be you both will be one flesh. Adam obeyed the angels, and took the gold and put it into Eve's bosom. What? In her garment. Put it into her bosom in her garment. Isn't the garment like the dead skin from a while back ago, that dead carcass that the angels kind of knitted up for Adam and Eve? It was at the very beginning, so yeah. And promised to marry her with his hand. Then the angels commanded Adam and Eve to get up and pray 40 days and 40 nights. Wow. When that was done, then Adam was able to have sexual intercourse with his wife, for then this would be an act pure and undefiled. So there's a lot of messed up people out there. They did a lot of wrong things. So that he would have children who would multiply and replenish the face of the earth. There's that replenish word again. Then both Adam and Eve received the words of the angels, and the angels departed from them. Then Adam and Eve began to fast and pray until the end of the 40 days. And then they had sexual intercourse as the angels had told them. And from the time Adam left the garden until Eve wedded Eve, until Adam wedded what? Adam left the garden until he wedded Eve, where 223 days. This is 7 months and 13 days. This was how Satan's war with Adam was won by Adam, and Satan was defeated. I'm going to jump out on a limb here and sit there and say we're going to find out Satan also slept with Eve. But it was all at the same time. It was Satan first and then Adam. Adam did not know. From what I'm getting out of the King James also. I'm going to head and read this chapter 2, 44. 64. And they lived on earth, working so they could keep their bodies in good health. And they continued until the 9 months of Eve's pregnancy were over, and the time drew near when she would give birth. Then she said to Adam, the tokens placed in this cave. So we're missing that section too. What's this little author's note? In the apocryphal book of Tobit, the main character goes into his new bride after praying to still his lust, and was thus pure. The word replenish. Oh, was pure. Wait. In the apocryphal book of Tobit, way back here, the main character goes into his new bride after praying to still his lust, and was thus pure. To still, like STII, not EAL. Replenish indicates that the earth was once full, or plenished, and was to be replenished and filled again. This is the same word used in Genesis, leading to the second creation theory. There's more people on this earth than just Adam and Eve. Yeah, obviously. Chapter 64. Alright, kind of part. Alright, whatever. And they lived on the earth working so they could keep their bodies in good health. And they continued until the 9 months of Eve's pregnancy were over, and the time drew near when she would give birth. Then she said to Adam, the tokens placed in this cave since we left the garden show it to be a pure place. We will be praying in it again in a while because of this. It is not appropriate that I should give birth in it. Let us instead go to the sheltering rock cave that was formed by the command of God when Satan threw a big rock down on us and attempted to kill us. That's where she wants to give birth to the child at. We're missing some information here. Yeah, we're missing information. Adam then took Eve to the cave. When the time came for her to give birth, she strained very much. Adam felt pity for her, and he was very worried. Very worried about her because she was close to death, and the words of God to her were being fulfilled. Okay. You shall bear a child in suffering, and in sorrow shall you bring forth a child. But when Adam saw the distress Eve was in, he got up and prayed to God and said, O Lord, look at me with the eye of your mercy, and deliver her out of this distress. And God looked at his maid servant Eve, and delivered her. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and with him a daughter. Then Adam rejoiced at Eve's deliverance, and also over the children she had given him. And Adam ministered to Eve in the cave until the end of the 8 days. Sorry, I'm thinking of Genesis 3 and 4 and what? The end of 8 days, when they named the son Cain and the daughter luluwa. Maybe that's where yeah. Luluwa. The meaning of Cain is hater, because he hated his sister in their mother's womb before they were born. Because of this, Adam named him Cain. But Luluwa means beautiful, because she was more beautiful than her mother. Then Adam and Eve waited until Cain and his sister were 40 days old, when Adam said to Eve, we will make an offering and offer up in behalf of the children. And Eve said, we will first make one offering for the firstborn son, and then later we shall make one for the daughter. There's a lot missing here. I'm stumped. My brain's gone to shit. Crap. Sorry. Four. Genesis 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. Okay, so Cain is obviously the first one, so there was a daughter with that too, but then in between verse 1 and verse 2, things happened. This is why I say Cain is Lucifer's too. Over in chapter 3, God cursed the ground, and it also in chapter 3, verse 15, I will put enmity between thee, seed, thee and the woman, and between thee and the woman, and between Lucifer and her, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Thou shalt bruise his head. Crown of thorns. His heel. Jesus on the cross, going down to hell, stomping on the serpent's head, which is going to be coming from Cain. Here, that's the Antichrist. That's going to be the Antichrist in the millennial reign. Jesus coming down. He's going to sit there and strike Satan that's in the flesh of the Antichrist person. So He's not talking about Abel, he's talking about Seth. Seth is going to give that seed. Not Cain is going to be the one that gives birth to the Antichrist way back here in Revelations and whatnot. Yeah, which that guy's probably already here. Look around. But man, there's a lot. See, this is just like a rough draft. The King James is just a rough draft of what happened because there's so much more stuff that happened. This is a gist. So this is more detailed. So between verses chapter 4, 1 and 2, between 1 and 2, just like in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. In between heaven and earth, a lot of other things went on, like the planets and stuff, and the war between God and Satan, and yeah. So between verses 1 and 2 in chapter 4, there's a lot of events that happened, because obviously they're older. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. That took time. Cain was a tiller of the ground. That took time, but Abel was first, Cain was second. But up here in chapter verse 1, Cain is first. No daughter, but there's a daughter, there's twins. So Abel's probably got a sister, another set of twins. But God always liked talking about the men because evil, I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to find out in chapter 65 in the next clip.